Welcome to this video. We will provide an in-depth introduction to the task forms feature of Yeeflow to help you better configure and use task forms. In Yeeflow approval forms, the form in which a user submits an application is called an application form. And in the subsequent process, the form that requires personnel to approve or related tasks to be processed is called a task form. Application forms and task forms are independent of each other. An approval form contains an application form, but can contain multiple task forms. The task form is the approval and operation interface of the corresponding task on the task node of the workflow designer, and it is the page that the person in charge of the task actually sees and operates. In the workflow designer, you can add the assignment tasks or claim tasks node for task approval and processing. When you configure the properties of a task node, you can associate it with the corresponding task form. A task form can be bound to a single task node or multiple task nodes. In the approval form designer, click the form title and select Add Task Form. You can choose to copy from an existing form or create a new blank form. If the task form is similar to the application form, it is recommended that you choose to copy from an existing form to maintain form consistency. The main difference between a task form and an application form is the operation panel. On the application form, the operation panel displays the Save as Draft and Submit buttons. On the task form, the operation panel displays the task processing buttons, such as Approve or Reject. The buttons displayed on the action panel above the task form are determined by the task typeset on the task node it is associated with. Different task types determine the action buttons displayed on the task form. When the task type on the task node is set to Approval, the buttons Approved and Rejected are displayed on the action panel. When the task type on the task node is set to Complete, the Completed button will be displayed on the action panel. Let's take a concrete example to understand the logic of the task form. Suppose we have a request for approval of an asset requisition request form. First, the user submits a request form, selects the name of the item and fills in the quantity to be claimed. Next, the process moves to the approval stage by the line manager. Here, we can implement dynamic operations through task forms. For example, the line manager can modify the requisition number to meet the actual requirement. This is achieved by setting editable options on the task form. After approval, the process moves to the asset manager's task. Here, the asset manager can view the inventory. If the required equipment is available in the inventory, it can be directly distributed. If not, there is an option to purchase the equipment. The process is set up with a task form that allows the asset manager to make selections on top of the task form to determine the next step. This example shows how the task form can be smartly configured to better manage the process as needed for different task nodes. Now let's learn how to copy controls and share variables in a task form. When you need to add the same controls to the task form as the application form, you can perform a copy and paste operation. The steps are as follows. In the application form, select the control you want to copy, such as a single line control. Right-click the selected control and select Copy. Then switch to the task form. Right-click on the location where you want to paste and select Paste. A pop-up window will ask if you want to continue to use the variable associated with the copied control or create new ones. Select Continue with existing variables. In this way, you can keep the controls on the application form and the task form consistent, ensuring accurate data transfer. Through this video, you have learned how to configure and use the Yeeflow task forms, as well as the actual use in the process. The task form can help you design the business processing logic of each task in the workflow more flexibly, so as to meet the needs of different business scenarios. If you want to know more tutorials of Yeeflow, please keep watching our channel. Thanks for watching.